All right, let's try to connect some dots here. Now, I'm not a professional. Maybe not a professional anything, but I'm a person who still tries to think for themselves and try to observe some stuff. But anyway, tell me what you think. So, it seems like Jeffrey Epstein was arrested and convicted for child trafficking. And please, correct me if I misspeak on any of these dots. So that's a dot, right? He's trafficking kids with Ghislaine Maxwell, and not just to anyone, but apparently to very high profile people who have not been held accountable. And not that the news is a credible source of information, but it seems to be a topic nonetheless, in so that no one's been held accountable. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm so sorry to have to state the obvious like that. But I would say that's another dot too. The United States government has not wielded its superpower authority to hold these high-powered individuals accountable. I'm not going to speculate why that is. I'm not going to say it's because they're all working in the United States government. I'm not going to say that, right? Because I have no idea. But they're the ones who are controlling the flow of the information, and no one's been prosecuted or held accountable. So I'm going to say that's another dot. So dot dot. Now, sounds like, and these dots are all, just kind of one big fucking, I don't know what kind of dot you want to call it, but it's all connected, right? So Jeffrey Epstein held his primary financial accounting at J.P. Morgan. They're a pretty large financial institution, right? And I'm not the first person to do this, right? Whitney Webb has made a much better dotted connections, I'm sure, than I am right now. But again, just trying to state the obvious here. And so my recollection is that J.P. Morgan notified the authorities to some extent, and again, does the buck stop with the United States government? Are they sitting on all of the financial records as well as all of the incriminating hard evidence against high-powered individuals? So I'll say dot dot dot, I think, right? J.P. Morgan, United States government, and Jeffrey Epstein's network of whatever the fuck. I guess I was going to taxes, right? So we know for a fact that our taxes cannot be accounted for, period. End of story. It's not even up for fucking debate. The Pentagon failed the last 7 consecutive audits, totaling trillions and trillions of dollars. That's on paper. They admitted that they don't know where the money went to. They can't account for it. Can you imagine if you owed someone $500? Trillions of dollars. Your money. So I'd say that's a dot. All these dots are going back to the United States government. I don't know. People on the interweb are talking about Israel. I don't know enough about Israel. I don't know if that's another dot. A lot of dots here. And I hear that I shouldn't be laughing, right? It's just, I guess it's so painfully obvious at this point, and what else is there to do? But apparently, allegedly, Jeffrey Epstein's connections had to do in the science field and technology and biology for all humans on the planet and our DNA. That's something that no one's talking about. Just like no one in the public space is correctly addressing nanotechnology and smart dust and under the skin for 20 years and what they've actually been doing, even though simultaneously at the same time we have product deployment, product development, market share, jobs, careers, right? We have industry, innovation, right? We have college fucking degrees. We have the medical field, healthcare, remote healthcare, okay? So all these things are going on at the same time. and are not being addressed properly. So I'll say ... I don't know how many dots that is, but the technology space. So we have the banks, we have the government, we got Epstein, we got technology, taxes. I don't know, man. I think we have a lot of questions, and we have a lot of concrete dots that are all coming together, right? And everyone is going to see pretty clearly, or clear enough, that at a minimum we're being lied to. I don't know. Let me know if you got any dots. I'm sure there's a lot of dots. Seems to be all the corporations, all the 3-letter agencies, local, state, federal, all seem to be working in lockstep to lie, remain silent, and cover up all the shit that they've done. Just a little accountability, guys, right? You want to hold us accountable for speeding and paying taxes and being good citizens. How about the people who are in the highest positions of power being accountable for their actions? I don't think law enforcement is supposed to abuse their power that way. Right? People always say if we did anything that the government did, we'd be in prison faster than you could read the sentence, right? No doubt about it. So no double standards in justice and law. There has been for a while, but I don't know. 8 billion people versus, a small handful that are abusing their positions of power. And so I think as soon as everyone sees it, all we have to do is just look at them, and they're going to do the right thing, right?